The chilling whisper emerged from a forgotten device, not a human voice, but a jagged, metallic rasp, sounding like gravel dragged across glass, accompanied by what could only be described as a slow, deliberate breathing. Recorded by accident as its owner vanished without a trace, leaving behind only this digital echo of dread. Lost phones are often digital graveyards, filled with mundane selfies and forgotten voicemails, but sometimes they hold something far more sinister. The search for answers in these discarded pieces of technology frequently unearths twisted narratives. Consider the raw, guttural gasp followed by the fumbling click of a phone connecting to emergency services, quickly followed by a thud and an abrupt, chilling silence. This fragment was recovered from a battered smartphone found half buried in a remote stretch of forest, its screen cracked, its battery dead. The call never fully connected, leaving only that desperate, incomplete soundbite and an unknown fate. What violent secret did it nearly reveal before being swallowed by the woods? Another unsettling discovery came from an abandoned house, still laden with dust and the faint scent of decay. A child's voice, innocent and clear, singing a familiar nursery rhyme, then suddenly interrupted by a guttural, non-human growl, primal and deep. The singing ceased, replaced by a stifled whimper, and then silence. The file abruptly ended there, a snapshot of pure, unadulterated terror, leaving behind only the unnerving question of what shared that house with the child. Each find only deepens the mystery, peeling back another layer of an unseen, unsettling reality. One particular phone, retrieved by divers from the murky depths of a forgotten lake, contained a man's monotone voice, calmly listing coordinates and what sounded like operational procedures, completely devoid of emotion. His speech was measured, almost rehearsed, until a sudden, sharp crack, like a rifle shot, pierced the recording. The audio cut out instantly, a stark, violent end to a cold, calculated narrative. Then there was the extended audio diary of a woman, a chilling descent into paranoia. Her voice grew hoarser with each entry, describing increasingly vivid hallucinations, convinced she was being watched, her reality unraveling thread by thread. The final entry was not words, but ragged, broken sobbing, cut short by what sounded like a frantic scuffle, then the sickening thud of the phone hitting a hard surface. Was this a genuine psychological collapse, or was her fear terrifyingly real? Could these simply be twisted pranks, or something far more sinister? Another small clip, less than 10 seconds, contained what sounded undeniably like an animal, but one that defied classification. A high-pitched shriek, interwoven with a deep, resonating rumble, recorded late at night in a bustling urban park. Experts analyzed the sound, ruling out every known species, leaving only the disturbing implication of something unknown lurking in the shadows of our cities. Among the countless mundane voicemails and recordings, one file stood out, found on a phone tucked away in a dusty antique shop, seemingly untouched for years. It was a continuous loop of what sounded like a distorted music box melody, but with subtle, almost imperceptible words embedded within the static, whispering something just beyond comprehension. Playing it repeatedly, listeners reported a growing sense of unease, as if the melody itself was subtly twisting their perception of reality. And then, occasionally, a recording surfaces that seems to defy all explanation. The final and perhaps most unsettling file was a minute-long segment of pure, absolute silence. Not just quiet, but an oppressive, heavy void, occasionally punctuated by a single, perfectly timed, deliberate drop of water. But the phone was found in a desert, hundreds of miles from any water source, buried deep in the sand. What was being listened to? Or perhaps, what was waiting to be heard in that profound stillness? These fragments of sound, torn from the forgotten digital lives of strangers, paint a mosaic of mystery and dread. They are accidental whispers from the void, captured moments of fear, confusion, or perhaps something truly inexplicable. They remind us that beneath the surface of our mundane reality, there are always shadows, and sometimes those shadows find a way to make themselves heard, leaving us to wonder about the silent narratives that continue long after the phone is lost and the recording stops.